Hello everyone and welcome to the Lap Time Challenge Nurburgring GP Lap Guide, and you can pick any GT3 car you want for this challenge. And I have selected the Toyota Supra as I really like this car and everything, but so this is a guide to help you get to the gold mark, to get you the 200 credits. I hope this will. I hope this guide will basically help you out. And just before we start, I just want to know as well, for the people who have started following or people who have watched it and clicked through and watched it and you like it, please give us a like and subscribe. Just for the people who haven't subscribed yet, in the comments below, I would like to know if you'd like me to start doing any streams. And I'll just try and whack into my schedule. Any other content you'd like me to start posting, or like say start doing some live streams in the week or in the weekend if possible. Just give us a comment so I can see what you lot think. Anyway, let's crack on with this and let's get started. So as we head down to the start straight, you want to be looking for this patch of tarmac that is between the 150 and 100 meter board. Full braking power for a little while, and you need to be careful for this first hairpin because you can really different things that can happen. So you don't want to try and take too much of the corner because you could probably spin out, or if you take too much of the corner you can get reset. So just try and take that corner as steady as you can. When you see this warehouse I'd call building here, that's a rough guide of where you should be, depending on what car you're using, to start braking about, I think, 50% braking power. And then you want to go smooth into this corner because there is a point that about here, in between this little section here, is where you can start putting gradually putting your acceleration to full throttle so you can get out nicely. When you see this lamppost is basically start to disappear off your screen, it's when you need to go do about 60%, 70% braking power, and you've got to then keep it tight. You start wide and then start turning in. You're going to try and get right into apex, stay there. Then you keep a lookout for this dark little section on the tarmac. You want to try and stay on there, probably a bit closer to the apex, and try and then when you get to the apex, accelerate out. You can use all that part of tarmac because they won't give you no track limits. The next braking point will be at these cones here. I've only selected a few because, again, depending which car you are choosing, I go for the last cone as much as possible. So say between the last two cones, quick burst of braking down into fourth. Then at the start of the apex on the right is your next braking point. Another quick burst of braking down into second gear, and you want to try and take this. Try and take the apex a bit early, keep it tight, then nicely come out to the left side of the apex. As we have it down back into the hairpin, this start of this, I'll say apex as well, it's not, but that is your next braking point. You want to do full braking power, and then you want to get right tight into the apex, but I didn't. But then when you see this number 8 with the white flag, which represents nothing, is when you want to start getting back onto the accelerator. But try and be careful, because if you're a little bit too early, you're in the gravel and you put too much power on before, you'll spin out. Right, so just before you do this little fast chicane here, you want to do a quick lift off on your accelerator just before turning. Which nicely get you on there, shouldn't then go on the gravel, and mess your lap up. And then when the light grey and the dark grey of the tarmac is your next braking point here, and you want to do a full quick braking for a short amount of time. Then you want to drop it down into second gear. back into third. Now this is where it gets tricky because there's not a lot of signs here. But I've chosen this man. I'm going to call him Jeffrey. Is your braking point just afterwards. About 50% braking power, go into it, and then you see these two, I'm guessing marshals here, like figures. Let's call them Bob and Steve. When you get to them, you want to start forward accelerating out, and hopefully give you a good line out for these big straights. That's where you're gonna, if you come up them poorly, your lap time's gonna be awful. And then just bang on the 100-meter board is when you want to be doing full braking power for a short while into this sharp chicane. You want to take that, take the curbs. It's absolutely fine. Just be careful like that because you can spin out if you're too aggressive. And then where this patch of grass is gone, is your braking point for the last corner here. You want to be on the curb as well because it will help to take into this corner. And you want to take that nicely smooth as well. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this guide helps you to get to the gold mark. And we'll say as well, just be careful though, because if people post their lap times as well, you could get knocked out of the gold mark. So just keep an eye on it. But here we go for the full lap, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.